Hello, hello. Where we go?
I know it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Somebody calling somebody.
What,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah, what up?
What you give me for 53 on wing?
Huh?
I said, what you give me for 53 on wing?
Yeah, I don't need no link right now. I'm gonna call you when I get off my show.
Alright.
Uh, man, my bad, man. Y'all good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
good, bro.
yeah.
Man, no, as
We
soon as I realized, oh, man. Y'all can hear me though, right?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay. How you doing today, cuz?
I'm good, cuz how y'all doing? First
Doing all
lady,
right.
Mike Dot.
Yeah. Got you in the building, you know?
Yeah, that's a privilege. Thank y'all for having me come
Yeah.
on.
No problem. How your day been?
It's good, man. Work and back home.
Right. How you feeling about the climate of the violence in Danville, cuz?
Man, it's out of control. Um, the women and men of Danville always got to get together. It's
Mhm.
not just the men of Danville. The women got to get control of these young
Yep.
females, and the men got to step up and start helping out with these young men too, because it's just gotten out of control. And all it's gonna do is get worse because it's retaliation,
Right.
back and forth.
Right.
Yeah. Rotation.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Shalon, you got anything to ask before we start?
No, no, no. I'm ready.
Before I get started though, how your day is going, First Lady, not my lady?
Man, good. Just working, man. Just working
Right.
all day.
Another 12 down, huh?
Another 12 down.
If there was more women like you, man, the world wouldn't be so bad, you know? All right. Okay, we have Darnell Smith today, man. We business owner, stepping king, recently married. How's life been for you, man?
It's good, I'm blessed. God has really made a way for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Mr.
How you how is the business holding up during this how everything is so hard? People still need tents, don't they?
Yeah, it is. But everybody got to learn. Everything's gonna start to increase.
Mhm.
Even the price of doing business. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna
Right,
go up because in order for you to even make a profit, you got to raise.
right.
I think somebody trying to call him.
Yeah. Man, I don't know why people be doing that, man. See the man on live.
Right, right.
So you think
Yeah,
that
so
whenever
yeah,
so you
it's
think that
affecting everybody. The
yeah.
economy, man, these gas prices are killing me. I live in
Ooh.
Urbana now, and just that drive, that commute back and forth, boy, fifty
Right.
dollars, fifty
Yeah.
$50. That's a 2 day trip.
Yeah, daily. Yeah.
So,
Dang.
Yeah, man. They got a they said it's gonna be another 19 cent tax hike in July on top of what we already got going now. So 48 plus the 19.
yeah, they even talking about messing with the octane in the gas. You know what I'm saying? I think it's something like 10%. They supposed to be bumping it up to like
Right.
15. So the newer model cars, that's good for them on gas mileage, but the older ones, it's
Right.
gonna
Yeah.
tear down those engines.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's
So
Dang.
bad.
you born and raised from Danville?
No, I was born in Chicago. I'm a Cook County baby.
Okay, okay, okay. How
Yeah.
long was you up there from a child?
I think we left out of there when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, okay, okay,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
from there. Oh, go ahead.
you go back home sometimes?
Oh yeah. I've always went back to Chicago. I'm
Right.
there almost every weekend, really stepping, doing,
Oh, okay.
going to see my brothers, sisters.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. Um, so okay. So you said you came to Danville like you was about 5 or 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you the oldest of your siblings?
No, I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest boy.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So, Terrell, my mother had 5, but
Right.
altogether, it's like 13 of us that we
Oh,
call
okay.
us. Not
Okay.
all by my mother, but we don't say step brothers, step sister. That's
Right.
my brother. That's my sister.
So who's the oldest? Smitty?
No, I got an older brother, Frank.
Oh, okay.
Frank
Frank. Frank.
Jr.
Yeah, yeah,
Frank
yeah. Okay,
Jr.
okay, okay.
Yeah, Frank Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
So so from your mom, it's all boys?
no, it's 5. It was 5. I had an older sister, Yvette. She
Okay.
passed away, and a sister Regina. She passed away.
Oh
Okay.
Now
my
it's just me, Super, and Terrell.
Right. May they rest in peace.
man.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Both of you girls.
yeah.
Right. So how was the move how was your childhood growing up in Danville? Because 5 or 6, I mean, you still remember some of the part of the city?
Man, I remember everything. So when we moved from Chicago, we moved to Carver Park, straight into Carver Park, 62
Oh,
Fraser.
Okay.
And moving down there at Carver Park, you had to fight when you got to
Yeah.
Carver Park. As soon as we
Right.
touched down there, you had to fight to get in.
Right.
But once you get to learn the people, that's where I learned where a community is. You
Okay.
know, your grandmother was one of the mothers in Carver Park
Hmm.
that looked out for everybody, Miss Easter.
Right. Yeah. Rest in
Yeah,
peace, Grandma. I wish I could have met her, man. I hear about her
yeah.
all the time, cuz.
Beautiful, beautiful lady. But they kept everybody's mother looked out for everybody else's kids. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's where my first
Right.
community was,
Community was really a community. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
community.
really wasn't doing nothing nobody seen. So you know,
Right,
yeah.
right. Everybody borrowed. If you didn't have no sugar, somebody knock at the door. Hey, can we
Right.
borrow some sugar?
and
It
it
wasn't
wasn't
no
no problem
disgrace.
then, was it?
Nobody talking bad about you or nothing like that.
Right.
They knew everybody didn't have
Right.
it, you know.
So do you think the dislikeness came because once the drugs poured in?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Right.
the drugs turned everybody against each other. The
Right.
competition, before it used to be 5 guys standing on the corner, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? They all out there, boom, boom. And if this guy started getting more, sales than the other one, now they
Right.
start to get mad. They started to
Right.
get mad. Now the treachery comes in. Now you talking about his stuff and just a
Right.
whole bunch of mess. Now it just comes to I go blow my money and you saving your money. I'm gonna go rob him.
Right.
That's the atmosphere we at
Right.
now.
Right.
So
How,
is that
how,
how
how,
the
how- Go ahead, Shalonda.
I was gonna ask, you said they blow their money, then they go rob somebody else. Can you hear me?
I can't hear.
You can't hear?
Uh-uh.
You
Oh,
know, he clicked off and clicked back in, so
you might got to click back in. Click. Hold on, man. There y'all go with this, man.
he had that blackout.
What she said?
He had, and he done froze
I can't
up.
hear.
Log out and log back in.
Do I need to sign back in?
Yep.
Everybody good?
I
Can
can
you
hear you.
hear? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear you, cuz.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can't hear her though.
Somebody called you, didn't they?
Yeah, he said, but he can't hear you, Shalonda.
Hold on. Tell him to log all the way out and pull him back in because he blacked out.
All right, cuz, go ahead and just log back out, cuz, and log back in. You should be good.
Let him
Okay.
pull you back in. When he blacked out, it lost him.
Yeah, that's why I want him to be on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why I'd be doing that. Let me see here. See if I can pop up on. Okay.
Now it should work.
Yeah. Man. So, gotta figure that out. Okay. Okay.
All
Can you hear
right.
me?
Now can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, cuz.
Okay.
Just don't answer the
When
phone at
somebody
all,
call
cuz.
you, if somebody call you, it's gonna do that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we on the
So
stream and that, man. I guess that's one of the glitches, you know.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll be watching other people on different shows that use StreamYard. They be
Mm,
doing the same thing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hold on, G. Wait a minute, G. No. So
mm.
so
I feel bad, but I don't feel as bad. So y'all gotta forgive me, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Hey,
appreciate
it's
so
everybody that's watching, man.
Darnell, I'm not from Danville, Illinois, you guys. I'm not from here. So I just want to know, Darnell, when you was growing up in Danville and Carver Park, you didn't have did you guys have to experience a lot of this violence that's going on now? Or was it there just not as bad?
no, it was there, but it just wasn't that bad. It is nowhere at this level. You know,
So you
it
feel
might have
like it's progressed
you might
over
have
the years?
heard of stuff, one or two incidents might happen a month or something like that. Ain't no killings, nothing like that.
Used to be
It
like
was just
3 or
fighting.
4 a year.
Yeah, it was just mostly fighting. That's all.
Yeah.
It was just
So Dot,
fighting.
what's the age difference between you two? I want to know because I want to know what's the difference between when he was growing up in Carver Park and when you was growing up, Dot.
I'm 47, Shalonda. Damn.
I said
Yeah,
Dot, man.
yeah. See, we moved out of the Carver Park in the late '70s. So
Okay.
by the time he touched down, we were already
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
born in '78.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 70
Yeah.
when, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm from Green Meadows, Fair Oaks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm just
Okay.
saying, yeah. Nothing against Carver Park. I love running
right.
up and down that hill, but yeah, it was just a difference. But
So
even in my time growing up, the murder rate was like 3 to 4 a year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that could have been somebody killed a girl or something, or it wasn't like rapid shootings or none of that. You feel me?
Right.
You didn't hear none of the pop until July 4th.
right,
Yeah.
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It was cool to be a kid. Like it was like the malls. It was stuff to do. We had putt-putts, places. It was just different things to do, man. Like I said, at this time when I was a shorty, it would have been everybody at Producer Park, American Legion, playing
Mhm.
baseball stuff. It's
I
just
really feel like since this social media has come out, people can say what they want to say on social media. Then once they're out in public, it's a whole nother dilemma. You think that's what think if they took away the internet and social media that things would go back to the way it was?
well,
Yeah, because go ahead, Mike.
no, well, no, go ahead, cuz I'll
Well,
say it. You say,
yeah, lot of the violence springs from that what they see on TV, and what these kids are subjected, that the environment that they're in. You know what I'm saying? If you see your mom out here fighting, your daddy out here doing whatever, you pretty much gonna mimic what you see. How they handle disputes or whatever. That's gonna be the
Right,
way they handle it.
right, right.
So I think we have to be mindful of what we allow our children to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
These kids are
yeah.
they are living and seeing things way beyond what we saw.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You
So
know,
at some point we have to take accountability of some of this mess that's going on because
yes,
they
yes.
see, they always say you never know who's watching you. Some of the things that you may be doing, a kid might be idolizing you, and he thinking
Yeah.
this is the way I'm supposed to act or behave in this manner or whatever. So we all got to take accountability and come together collectively and put our minds together and try and stop it. And one thing I would say is why don't anyone try and go a group of people go out to Fair Oaks, talk to those people, get them together. Hey, let's sit down and try and squash this. You're not going to be able to do it. Danville people say, "Oh, we need to have a rally over here and not include the people from Chicago if that's where this all this violence is springing from." We have to bring everybody to the table.
Everybody.
stop keeping them in the corner and Danville move around and move around. You have to bring them into this community. So that's just my idea about it
Right.
though.
So
So
what if they cool with being outside of the community?
yeah, and that is because we never. I don't think we really accepted them into the community. Everybody was like those people from Cabrini Greens. All they had a bad rep coming
Yeah.
into it. So if you feel that way about me, hey, leave me alone. Leave me
Right.
alone. I'll leave y'all alone.
Right.
At some point we have to connect or it's just gonna get worse. Cause I hear people talking about people saying, where you from? Fair Oaks or East End or whatever,
Right.
however this thing going with these little kids. You
Right.
know, some of them don't even know what the all this
None,
shooting and killing is about
none
because
of
it's
it.
Right.
been
None of
passed
it.
down to them. You know.
Right.
So
Um.
I think we can get a control on it if everybody really serious about stopping this violence.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's like Bam said. As time goes on, things elevate to different levels and extremes.
Yes.
It was like we from the fighting era. Now under us is the shooting era,
right,
and
right,
it's and they don't look at as fighting as a way of passage no more, as a way of respect. Fighting is for weak niggas. I'll shoot you now. You feel me?
right, right,
So it's like it make the people that do fight now it's like you gotta go with the times. Now you have to have a gun, or you just better put your hands up, man. I ain't on nothing. You feel me? And
right.
hope that God and all them prayers is around you to get you home.
Yeah,
And it's like that's a time like Danville has never been to where it's like, well, man, we don't go out there. It was always we go out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. And then you
right,
gotta look at your age, like what am I doing out there anyway? You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
And then I think that shows people the lack of empathy because it's like that ain't got nothing to do with me. You see
But
what
you,
I'm saying? But it
right
does
there.
because we're all a part of the community.
but see,
Right,
I heard a man say today that what we don't have here is where they can go gun rescues, turn in guns, drop these guns off, get these guns off the streets.
Well,
well, as bad as these kids shooting, I don't think they ready to
yeah,
give up them
they're
guns.
not giving up a gun.
They not gonna give up them guns, but it's got to be a way, you know, the raising, the upbringing of them, because a lot of them wasn't born with guns in their hands. But
No,
nowadays, all they look. You look on the internet, everybody got these choppers, they got these AKs.
And then a lot of them they're growing up with their mama, but it's like their sibling. They're growing up with their daddy, but it's like their sibling. They're only like 12, 13 years
right.
apart. That's like
And
your
then
homie. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right,
like everything we do together. I got my demon with me. Y'all see my shorty. It's like the ghetto-ness of a black man, of a nigga, makes it seem like it's cool to have a bad shorty. Like
right,
it's cool to have a shorty that'll bust that thing. It's
right.
cool to it's cool that me and my TT go out and shake our ass for niggas because we finna get that money. You know what I'm saying? It's
right,
like everything that we grew up was like shunned on is like cool to do now.
right, right. Well, just like I raised my son, we are not friends. We are. I am not your
Right.
homie. I'm not your
Right,
buddy.
right.
You have to keep it that way. And a lot of people say, "Man, you hard on yourself." No, because I don't want him to ever think that it's cool to say some of this stuff that I hear some kids saying to
Yes,
their
yes,
parents or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
When you get older, we change that relationship. That bond changes. Then we
yes,
can talk about
yes.
the other things, but it's still that level of respect. You
Right.
know, at 13, 14, they cussing their mamas out.
Right.
And it's just sad.
Now, now, because back then you were not gonna cuss your mother and father out. No, you were not. You were
Yeah,
not.
It
yeah,
would be somebody else that would check you if your mama and them
Yes,
was
you
scared
would.
of.
Yes, because
yeah,
I tell you, me and my sisters and my cousins, if you said anything wrong to my mama or my daddy, we was beating you up.
Yeah. Yeah. All
and,
the
and And a lot of
All
that, falls back to the community too as well, because a lot of us came out of households without a father, but we had role models, mentors, like for one, Tyrell Henderson.
mm-hmm.
Let Tyrell would have heard you cussing your mama out or whatever.
If you finna put you
Tyrell
in
was
that
a
corner, body beat your ass.
Right,
man,
right.
they gave us respect,
Rest in
Yes,
peace, Tyrell.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes, sir. Over the time, I had a lot of mentors. Joe Pascal. Pascal didn't play. People knew who they could play with and who they couldn't.
Right.
Edgar Dow, Mr. Dow, the rest. A lot of them died and passed on now, but a lot of that spirit that they put into the community can still live on if
Right.
people really, really want to pass on that good information to these kids.
yes.
It's like a lot of the people that people looked up to once they died, like when grandma died, the family just went the way it wanted to go. And now we're
Right.
just doing whatever.
Right.
And
Right.
Right.
and money plays a lot in it because it's like how can we have peace if there ain't no economy? How
Yeah.
can we still be happy when I don't know if I'm gonna eat tonight? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I hope my mama call that one nigga that usually get us something to eat when he come through because we hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like kids will accept bullshit just as far as a woman or a man will because I gotta survive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But okay, we got a few um Cootie said, and Danville loves to prejudge. And if we have more peers of age that are willing to invest into the community of the upcoming generation, we could control controversy more.
Yeah. Check this out. Well, I used to do a program for kids from 8 to 14. I had a mentoring program. It was band corps. So
Mhm.
we would get 12 to 14 young men. We would take them on a 2-day camping trip. We'll take them out there, teach them survival skills. We teach them how to get firewood, sit around, mentor them, talking, showing them, getting them out of the city atmosphere, just to look at the
Right,
stars. So we would take them fishing. We'd take them on hiking trails and stuff like that for a night. And you would be surprised how many kids never had their own fishing pole, never been
right,
taken fishing, never just been out away from the city, just
Amen.
enjoy. We need a lot of more programs like that, taking these kids away from the city, away from those cell phones, to really sit down
That's
and
what I need to
and
do with my
and think
grandson.
about life,
right.
you know.
You know what, Darnell? That's what I need to do with my grandsons. Take them fishing because I love to fish, and I don't think they ever been.
Yeah. You will see just how much fun those kids have. You
Little
know.
things mean a lot to the kids when they ain't getting a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You never know the impact that you have on a kid's life.
So did you graduate high school or go to college?
Yeah, I graduated high school and then I had a scholarship for basketball to Kent State, but not being in focus, I had to take a ACT test and overslept for the ACT test, so I wasn't able to go to Kent State. But
Mm.
I was able to go to University of Wisconsin lacrosse up in
Okay,
Wisconsin, so I ended up going there. I went there for about a year. Um, so I really didn't like it up there. So then I came home,
right,
stayed in Danville maybe 2 or 3 months, and signed up for the military.
right. How
You
was
know,
that for you?
It was good. It was honestly today. It was that
Appreciate
was
the stars, Cootie G.
yeah.
it
Me
was
and me, Mia said, "I'm just quick, real quick, y'all, real quick." Mia said, "No, they don't want to pass the good discipline on for structure because they felt it was too rough on them."
I mean,
yeah.
I feel that because it's like why I want to hurt my kid like I feel my parents hurt me. So
If
so
they
it's
don't,
like
but
it'll be
yeah,
it'll be like a fight that you got to fight, but if you want your kids to be together, then you got to stay on them with discipline. It ain't always
amen,
about whooping them. It's
amen.
about
Yeah,
standing on them.
Yeah.
it ain't about how they
Being
gonna feel about
consistent.
it. Yes, because in the long run, they'll feel like, "Oh, this is why mom and dad did this
Right?
to me."
Yeah, yeah.
You
It's
know,
the
You
because
got it.
consistency. It's the
yes,
Yeah.
being consistent.
yes,
Yeah.
If you consistent in yelling at them when they come to their door, You got to be consistent in loving them. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying? You
yes,
can't, you can't like our my boy was saying last night. You can't parent on a teeter totter. They don't know if it's hot or cold, if they walking on eggshells or not. You feel me?
yep,
Your kids should not be scared of you to the point where they want to talk to you.
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Now I hear everybody say it's best if a man raise a boy. You know what I'm saying? But man, let me tell you something. I went and got my son his first job when he was in 11th grade. He worked at Kmart until he turned 18 years old.
Right.
Now, I didn't take him to work because I didn't want him to depend on me or no woman. So
Saying that.
what I did was, if it was a nice day outside, he walked to work, caught the bus or whatever. I want you to be able to figure this out if I'm not here. And
Mhm.
I'm saying that to say this. On his 16th birthday, his daddy, we wasn't together. On his 16th birthday, this is the difference between me and his daddy's learning, teaching. He come in the house and he's crying to me because, Mom,
Oh, you
I'm
telling this story
16.
again, Shalonda?
Whatever. I'm 16. He turning 16, but your daddy invites you to get drunk. I would have figured he would have went to go get drunk, wouldn't you?
He didn't like getting drunk. He didn't
He,
know what
he
getting drunk was.
right. So he
Right.
came to me like, I don't want to do that, Mom. That
Right.
ain't what's supposed to happen.
And I
I'm
mean,
glad.
at the end of the day, I'm being raised by my mama, and I don't think my mama would think this would be cool. So that still
Right.
shows he had respect for his mama. He just didn't
Right.
do what daddy wanted him to do because he was daddy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That shows you right there. You had raised a good child.
That's the only reason I'm saying it because sometimes the women can
You
put
love
some
that
shit in
story,
these
cuz.
kids' ear, man.
Let her tell her story.
Yeah. So when you was in the military, how was that for you, cuz?
I loved it. It gave me that discipline. It gave me structure.
Mm.
Um, I met a lot of people from different all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? It really groomed me as to be into a man. Because you out there on your own. Mama not there. And it teaches you about yourself. How to move around this world. I could go to Louisiana, hang there. I could go to New York. I could go to California, all that.
Right,
I'm used to all those cultures, so I'm able to adapt. Some
right,
people don't like the fast life. They like the country life, small town life, but it gave me I could go to Louisiana, Winfield, Louisiana, go hang out there, and that's a small country town. I appreciated the people that I'm always around,
right,
and the places that I go. I learn, I take something from every place that I go. I don't go in there thinking, oh, I'm from this big town. I'm a big sunshine. You get hurt down in them little small towns
right.
trying to
Yeah,
do it like
they don't
that.
play neither.
So
Yeah.
don't.
You know. So the military really
Right.
brought me out of my shell. Brought me
Did
out of my shell.
did any of your brothers go to the military before you did, or that was the idea you
No,
felt?
I was the first one. I was the first one.
Okay.
What made you want to go there? Because you didn't like college. You felt like you didn't want to work. You didn't want to be a regular person at that time.
Now I end up having my firstborn, my daughter. She got pregnant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
Uh,
want to get that security. I feel you, cuz.
yeah, I got to messing around on the street or something like that, and then I was like, nah, that ain't. I can't just keep doing that. I can't do that. So
Right,
that's what made me get into the military, go into the military. I wanted a better life for her,
right,
and for myself.
right. Bambito checking in too. He said, nowadays some kids feel like they need to have a gun as protection because nowadays you don't have to be in the streets to be affected by the streets. And like
Mhm.
we know, folks ain't trying to just fight, and even if you lose a fight, then you still have to be concerned about gunfire retaliation.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah,
Um,
'cause
you know, I,
bullets don't
with
have no.
all these guns, being in the military, going out to gun range, shooting all the time or whatever. If people actually know the damage that bullet does to people, the empathy, like you say, the empathy
Mhm.
of why would I want to shoot this person and injure him? I even if you trying to shoot him in the leg, you can still kill him.
Sure
Right. Yeah.
can. Sure can.
Still kill him.
Mhm.
Sure can. You
You know.
sure can.
Because you don't know where that bullet going, where he's traveling, what's it got going on.
Because that
Yeah.
bullet, if it hits you in the leg and hit the main artery, you're going to bleed to death.
Yeah.
Prentice Wilson just checked in. What up, Prentice? He said facts. Military taught diversity and how to adapt situationally.
Yeah. You have to adapt. Because in the military, we got to adapt to a lot of situations. Because just take it like this. So when you're in the military, you go off post. You got guys off post don't like you because people
Right.
from post come down there and,
Just take
think
their
they run,
girls and stuff.
take
Yeah.
their girls and
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm.
we had to carry guns.
Right. Yeah.
We did,
Yeah.
but
Because
luckily,
the military is show security, and that's like you can take my girl, give my girl a crib, be far away. You feel me?
yeah,
They you know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't like you because you doing something they ain't doing. They sitting on their ass, they partying, and you're showing other people this is a different way of life if you're in the military.
yeah.
So yeah, they most definitely hating.
But one thing I tell people, I was glad I joined the military, and some people, some kids, the military is the best option. Some of them it may not be that best option, but
Mm-hmm.
I tell them what. This is one thing that I tell them. I said, guess what? You're not gonna have to worry about your mom. Not have to ask your mom for money. You
Right,
making your own way. Get your credit good. You know what I'm saying? If something happened to you, there's uh different avenues that you can go down. Say if you get hurt, tear your knee up or whatever, they gonna pay you for the rest of your life. You get to go
right,
to school. If that's something you want to go to school, go there for 2 years, go in the reserve. They pay for all your school, your books are paid for, and they give you money.
right,
So the military ain't bad to for me is if not right now.
right,
I wouldn't say it because I don't want to see no kid going over here fighting somebody else's war. You know
right.
what I'm saying? So at the time that I went, it was a good move for me.
Right, right.
And
Man,
later on in life, it definitely pays off.
So what made you get out of the military?
Man, they sent me to Fort Riley, Kansas.
Oh, that was too boring.
Man, that's flat. Man, listen. When you go on to Tilton, you go on to Tilton and party. And they wouldn't let me out of there. And
Right,
I was gonna get out the military and come back, but then once I got out, I was like,
right.
"No, I don't
So
want."
that was an honorable discharge.
Yes, I did. I did 8 years. 8 years
Oh,
in the
okay, okay,
military.
okay.
tired.
Uh,
That's what's
no,
up.
I didn't retire. You got to do 20 to retire. But if they wouldn't
Oh,
have sent me to
man.
Fort Riley, I'd have retired though. Out of the
Okay,
military.
okay.
So what type of plans did you get in when you came back from military back to Danville? What year was that?
I came back to I lived in once I got out of the military, I moved to Indianapolis. I
Oh,
stayed
okay.
in Indianapolis for like
Right.
7 years. So then when I
Afghanistan.
moved, huh?
I said Afghanistan.
Yeah. So then I moved back to Danville. And then, I got with a lot of guys. They was like, man, you need to start doing stuff more. We need to start doing more things in the community.
Right.
So I said, all right. So I got a bunch of people with me. We created a group and we did a soul food Sunday, free soul food out at Lincoln Park one
Okay.
Sunday on a Sunday. We fed like 350 people. You know what I'm saying? So that was something. So then it just incited me to start doing other different programs. Like I started Juneteenth. I've been trying to celebrate Juneteenth back
Right.
in 2006.
Hmm.
Around that time, I did a couple Juneteenth things. Then something popped in my mind. I said, man, how about doing a barbecue cook-off?
Right.
So I started doing barbecue cook-offs and stuff. And then gradually I started moving into stepping. And I started seeing people dancing out in the park. And I started incorporating the stepping into it. So it's been a lot of programs that I've been trying to just help out in the community with if
Right.
I can.
Prentice said, "Are you service connected?"
Oh, 100%.
Okay. You so you're talking about the stepping. What got that? What got that in? What made you start wanting to step?
Oh, that's in the family, you know. From the
Okay.
time I was in the military, my brothers Frank, Chris, you know, they steppers, my dad, you know, and all of us thought we was doing something, kicking our legs or whatever. And I went to 3Gs up in Chicago, and you know,
Uh-huh.
we get out there and we do a little something, and I was like, that ain't what we doing up there. And James Bergen, somebody say, hey, they got a stepping class at the Civic Center.
Hmm.
And I said, all right, I'm gonna go to the stepping class. But the crazy part is, I just tore my Achilles. I had tore my Achilles. I was
Oh,
wasn't really walking, so I sat there for maybe 6 weeks. I couldn't really dance, and but I'm watching the steps, watching the steps. Then
right.
gradually, I picked up on it, and then I just, man, it just got me. I just started enjoying it,
Yeah,
You
he
and
good too.
you remember this day? You remember
Forward pivot. Forward pivot again.
you remember that day?
yeah, that's ballrooming.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's
That's that.
another that's another form of it. But yeah, I started liking it, enjoying it, and somebody, my partner V, we were in the same class up in Chicago, and they said, why don't you try and get into the world's largest stepping contest?
Right.
And so I was like, all right, cool. We had been dancing together in class or whatever, so I think we had probably like three or four. Most people, soon as that contest over, they already got their partner and they already dancing. I think we
Right.
had probably maybe 4 months to do it. I drove from I was going to Chicago Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays
Right.
for 4 months, and yeah, started getting better with it, going to different classes, going to Indianapolis. I even would drive over to Indianapolis on Thursday night and go to a class over there, you know. So I
Right.
had two families, like a stepping
Right.
family in Chicago and a stepping family in Indianapolis. So long story short, we end up winning the world. I end up winning the world's largest stepping contest for beginners.
Go ahead.
Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what's up. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Darnell, I
what?
got a question that we didn't win all around with the gun violence thing.
Go ahead.
Um, Tell us about your experience, Darnell, with the gun violence.
Well, I've been shot at a few times. um, but the gun violence here is just it's just out of control. You know, everybody, each side blaming the other side for something. You know what I mean? And as long as the lines of communication broke, man, it's just gonna get worse and worse. I mean, till they ready to sit down at the table and the other side ready. I I don't know.
You
I
ever
don't know.
lost anybody to gun violence?
Oh yeah, a lot, man. Yeah, yeah. My cousin Red, Little Red. You know, I mean, it's a lot of people. We lost my one of my basketball coaches.
Man, in
You know,
Chicago?
no, here in Danville, Edgar Dow,
Oh,
Out in Fair Oaks. Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
yeah, years ago. Yeah, that was probably one of the first times I seen somebody I lost somebody to gun violence. That's that was
Did,
the 80s.
how did that affect you?
That was really devastating because that guy he really took me under his arm and taught me basketball, on how to conduct myself on the court and off the court. You know, he just he saw something in me, you know, that I didn't see yet. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
yeah.
What
Man,
does step? what does stepping mean to you personally, cuz?
Stepping is your personality. Your personality comes out in your dance. You know,
Okay.
a lot of people told me back in the day, like a woman can tell the type of man you are by the way you step. You know what I'm saying? So your personality comes out on the floor. You know, I'm competitive. I'm competitive. There's a difference. You can be competitive, but I'm
That
not
is
jealous. I know this guy is a better dancer than me, so I'm gonna go over here and ask, man, show me that move. Show me how you do
Right.
that move or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's competitive, but also it's a culture where you learn different type of dance. You see different type of moves. You dance with different women. Different women dance different ways. Like they told me, there's Rolls Royces that you can dance with. You can just turn easy, and then there's some with no power steering that you gonna have to turn them to get them around. So.
Right.
So it's fun to me. I enjoy it. I try and get a lot of people to join, just try it. You know what I mean? Because guess what? In a stepping community, I can tell you this: you never seen anybody stumbling drunk in their places. A
Right.
fight, if they do it, people have enough respect. If they gonna do it, they gonna go outside. They gonna take it outside of the arena. You're not gonna see all that. You rarely
Right.
see arguments, and people are there to have a good time.
yes, yes,
You know
yes,
what I mean?
yes.
And we have to get more men. I even posted on. We have let me do this plug. Next Saturday at Lower Lee Fellowship, we're having a party. And the thing is crazy about most people when we say it's a stepping party, a lot of people don't want to come because man, that's all they do is step. If I'm over here stepping, you can dance, do what you
Right. You
do.
can do
You
what you
know,
want to do. Right.
do whatever you do. But we have a shortage of men, coming to these events. You know, and even in stepping, hell, you might have 300 men there, and it maybe be 700, 800 women there.
Right.
So, and
Man,
a lot of times, women aren't afraid to come and ask a man to dance because they don't want to just sit in a chair all night,
right,
because because of that. But I think we need to get more people out. If they want to party and have a good time, get out there and dance.
right.
And a lot of that violence is starting because everybody's sitting around looking at what somebody else is doing. If you dancing, you ain't got time to worry about all
No,
that.
sure don't.
At
Sure
all.
Man,
don't.
you ain't
Having
got
if you up
time.
dancing, having a ball, and you out there turning on the floor, you ain't got
Hmm.
time.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, I
yeah,
love that when you used to have that club up there, everybody being there just parlaying and there stepping, no violence or anything.
yeah. It just slowly increased. When dancing stopped, when they start smoking weed up in the clubs. Am
Now
I
I don't know
lying,
about
Doc?
that.
Am I
No, man.
lying? Am I
No,
lying?
no, no, no,
Man, you
no,
can't
no.
tell me.
Now
I'm gonna tell you
they
Man,
when
be
when
holding
dancing.
their blunt still dancing,
Yeah,
cuz.
I'm gonna tell you
boy,
when I'm gonna tell you when
no.
dancing stop. When you got to go to the
I am
club.
look.
When you
Hey
got to
bro,
go to
I
the
wasn't
club and you got to worry about shooting while you on the floor. Now you don't want to dance no more.
boy, I see that. I'm gonna get out there and dance. I love to dance. I don't like going no place if they ain't gonna dance.
I,
Right.
you
Yeah.
gonna teach me down there how to do some stepping.
I think we gonna try. We gonna try. I tried once before. We had the women, but it wasn't enough men. And like I
Right.
told them, I can't dance with 14, 15 women all the time. And they feel that they getting their money's worth.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What's the biggest lesson that dancing has taught you that also helped you in business?
Dance. You gotta um consistent, and you have to keep. Even if you fail, you got to keep trying. Keep
Right.
trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And success don't come overnight. You know
At
what I'm
all.
saying? It don't come overnight. You got to put in work. You gonna fail. You got to keep on trying. You
Right.
know, a lot of people, they might try something and it failed and they stop. You know, You got to keep being consistent. You got to learn your marketing. You got to learn, um, advertisement. You got to have good customer service. You got to be able to put out a good product. You know what I'm saying? I try and pride myself on giving a good product, putting out a good product, as well as timeliness. If somebody say, "Hey, I need you here at this time," or make your word be your word. A lot
Right.
of you got a lot of contractors out here nowadays, whatever. They not on time. The
Mhm.
handymen do half jobs. You
Mhm.
Right.
know, it's just the quality of work that people are trying to start business in. They not qualified to do.
Right.
you know. And then another thing is everybody wants to be a boss. I tell people this: the boss is the one to uh get paid last,
Mm-hmm.
gets little recognition, but he gets all the blame.
Right.
If you a boss, you got to pay your people first before you even get paid.
Yeah. You got to make sure they happy, they straight.
Yeah.
You're gonna need them
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people then they want to take their money off the top, and now you ain't paying your people.
Right. Yeah. You
So
can't short them. They did their whole job.
yeah, yeah. So
What made you start an outdoor tent business?
When COVID hit,
Mm.
everybody was still trying to get outside, wanted to be outside. And just like I told you, we did that little camping trip with the kids.
Right.
This guy had that tent out there. And I was like, man, people want to do it. Man, I asked him to borrow his tent. I made some money off of it. So
Right.
so I said, well, look, here's your tent back, gave him a little money. Money I made, I went and bought me a tent.
Right.
So I got a good response back from people. They wanted to rent it. So then I started at the cheap tents that they had.
Uh-huh.
Now the tents that I buy, $500-$600 now.
Yeah, heavy
You know,
duty. Yeah.
and my ultimate goal is to buy one of those tents that's like $4,000. I might rent it out maybe twice a year, but I made that money back. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That it's gonna make money for it. So now I'm starting to get into acquiring chairs and tables. So it's just not a tent business now.
Right.
Like you can rent
Bank.
tables and chairs. You got to be able
Oh, the
to,
outside banquet and everything now, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you gotta have different eyes in the
Right.
fire, not just one path. You gotta be able to branch off different ways.
What
So do
was
you
the
think,
hardest? My fault, Shalonda. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna ask, do you think that it's fair to set prices according to the price surge in America, knowing that the price surge is still not good with the economy?
But you gotta make it the bottom line, it's about a profit too. And
You got to
you
make some.
know, you gotta make something, and in certain situations to different people, you may make an exception. But the bottom line is, you got a bills you gotta pay, your time.
Right.
Me, I'm an hourly. I want to get paid by the hourly. So when I come in, I'm structured. Look, we going to get busy. We're going to put this tent up, and when we take down, I want to get paid by the hour.
Right.
Yeah, but the economy is messed up. So it's
So
what do you want to do?
with the
You
price,
don't want to work for free though, right?
right? So do you get your most of your business from the more wealthy, or do you have a lot of people?
No, now I'm starting to get branch out because I put my tent business on the buyer's market.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know my wife, she's got a hell of a business mind, and she said, no, you need to put this on there. So now I'm starting to get calls from like Tuscola,
Okay.
all around the Champaign area, Danville areas too. That was something I thought about but never in my mind started doing that.
You're just not limiting yourself to Danville.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
Exactly. That's
yes.
what I had to start expanding.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Giselle said, yes, we as black folks always want a discount.
Yes. Yes. You know, it's almost like I'm almost like this. You charge me to get in your party full price, but yet
Right.
when you buy 10 off me, you want me to give you a discount. It's like
Right.
how that makes sense, you know.
A lot of people talk about wanting to be an entrepreneur. What's something people don't see behind the scenes of running a business?
Man, the amount of work that it takes to be
Right.
successful. You
Man.
know, the trials, the tribulations, the dedication, the effort,
The long, lonely nights.
the long game. You know, a lot of people want to see, okay, if you doing something, bam, I made a whole bunch of money. Like say if you open up a food stand on the corner or something, we made $1,300. And
Right.
they thinking I'm supposed to make $1,300 all the
Every
time.
time. Yeah.
Guess what? My game is, man, if I made that $200 or $300 every time I go, but next day I made 200, I'm still making the profit all the way down the line. You
Mhm.
know, if you spending it, now you ain't got no profit. But if you
Exactly.
save it, what you do
Yeah.
is put it back into that business. Quit
Right.
spending everything.
Yeah. I look at it like the game. Like the
Right.
flip
Hmm.
game. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Every time somebody take a picture, I'm like, oh man, they spent 20. You feel me?
Hmm.
Four more people, that's 100. You feel me?
Right.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
it's only 11:30. We still got the two. If we got
Yeah.
another power hour, we good. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I like. If I make $200 a day, okay, man.
Remember, cuz you told me that at Studio 25.
Yeah.
You was like, just take the small earnings, put them up.
That's
Yeah.
why
Put 'em
that's when I
up.
Taking the
first seen
monthly
you taking your
pictures.
pictures at Mike Dot. Studio
Huh?
Hmm.
25. That's why I first seen you taking
Yeah.
your pictures at Studio
Yes,
25.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did head talks way back
Yeah.
then, huh?
Cuz was always trying to get me to the green screen. I'm like, man, they're not going to understand the green screen.
Exactly. Boy, hey, you remember that?
Yeah, you
Boy,
always would tell me, cuz.
you can put whatever background back
Yeah.
there, man.
Yep.
I said, cuz they too drunk. They ain't gonna know what to choose from. They cool with this one backdrop. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
everything you told me though, cuz for real.
Yeah, I appreciate it,
Yeah.
man. Man.
Good dude.
So where do you see yourself in the next 2 years, cuz?
The next 2 years, me and my wife, we working on like right now, we got a house over here in Urbana, small Airbnb, trying to open up some homes for veterans,
Okay.
different type of things. Yeah, mostly that. Let me
So
see.
how does it feel to be married, cuz?
Man, it's blessing. It's a blessing. You know, she's a blessing in my life. You
Now
know,
you met her from stepping?
you met her from stepping. Yep.
Right.
You met her from stepping.
Right.
She's real nice. I like her.
Thank you.
Was
Thank you. Thank you.
so was it like one of them like she came and asked you to dance and that was it for you, or it just led up to that?
No, one of my friends
She
had
just got style, charm, and grace.
she one of my friends had a party or whatever, and I was just asking like, man, who is that?
Right.
And they told me who she was, and I was like, man, okay.
Um,
And then we just kept being friends over the years and stuff. We started talking more, and
Mhm.
you
that's
know,
what's up, man. True blessing, man.
hmm yeah,
Ain't nothing like finding happiness, man.
I
And
know
she
it.
is a
I know
really
it.
nice lady. She really is. She's really sweet
Thank
all
you.
the time.
But I want to say to y'all, man, I appreciate what y'all doing, man. You know, this is very informative. People getting to, voice their opinion. You know, rather they for you or against it, y'all give them that opportunity, that platform to even say things.
Right, yeah.
So, I commend y'all for that. Because a lot of people don't have the heart to stand up here, being on camera. You know,
Right,
being vulnerable, because
right, yeah.
everybody got their critics and everybody, got something to say or got a better way of doing that, so they
Right,
say. So
yeah.
I
If if,
commend
if
y'all
it
for
was
what
me,
y'all
I
do.
would have did it like this.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm not you, so yeah, it's just what I'm saying. This platform is basically based on, man, you can be who you want to be, no judgment. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And a lot of people have a story to tell that they don't know how to tell it. So I just give you the venue. You can tell it to me. You ain't even got to know that nobody watching. You know what I'm saying? And
Don't
it's
kill
like,
the messenger.
yeah,
Don't
you
kill the
feel me?
messenger.
And
Yeah.
and it's like a lot of people have to realize it's voices that need to be heard, but they don't
Yes.
know how to get it out. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it'll be like we'll have this show with you, and then it'll be like somebody hit me up tomorrow. I seen that show with Darnell, man. I think I want to tell my story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? What day? Send me the picture. You feel me?
Right.
I,
Right.
I, I don't give them a hard time because it's like if I got you, go ahead talk now. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
So and it's like
I was flattered when when you asked me,
yeah,
because
it's like
you know,
I got a list. You know what I'm saying? But I try to wait till I get like a little bit more viewing and stuff because I want your story to be heard. You feel me?
mhm.
Yes.
And I don't want you just to come on here and it's in vain. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like 6 months from down the line, somebody could be like, man, let me go check out that Darnell show with Dot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get some
Yeah.
uplifting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yep.
so it's like when
Thank you,
Cuz,
Lucretia.
yeah, thank you as well, Cuz. So when you start this stepping thing, let me know, Cuz we could try to get more men. I even try to get out there and see what I can do with my two left feet. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
this next Saturday, the 16th at Laura Lee, it's a day party for the
Okay.
4 to
Okay.
9.
Oh,
You
you
know,
need me to come set up and take pictures?
man, come through. Come through. See?
Yeah, Cuz
Come
always say I'm
through.
welcome, So yeah.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
We enjoy it. It's just
Yeah.
I think some
At what
people
time? At what time, Darnell?
4 p.m. to 9
You got a
on
flyer,
makes
Cuz?
makes it. Yeah, I just posted it. I think I
Okay.
posted it
Yeah.
today.
Send
If
me
you
the
look
flyer in
on,
my inbox, Cuz.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
because
we just trying to get the older community out to
Yes.
start
yeah.
just
Yeah.
enjoy.
This the
Yes.
same thing you've been doing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
we've been
okay,
doing
yeah.
it.
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
people from Indianapolis coming from
Yeah.
Indianapolis, Champaign,
Yeah.
Rancho, all over.
I remember
It's just
that last one you had at the Harrison Park. It was a lot of different people there. I think that's when your girl that wasn't your wife yet, she at first came.
yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah, you were smiling ear to ear. I remember, cuz.
yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah, that's what's up.
but yeah, we just trying to get more of the community out. The older crowds, they say
Yeah,
there's nothing to do,
yeah,
and we just showing y'all, hey, we not sitting around looking at people. We up dancing,
right.
man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a
Yes.
good time. You
Four to
know,
nine, that's a good time for them too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
Prince,
them day parties.
Prince
Them
said
day
he
yeah,
parties.
lopsided, but he'll still get out there and groove.
yeah.
Uh,
My boy Prentice. Thanks for tuning in, Prentice. So
yeah,
yeah, cuz send me that the backdrop. I mean the flyer for it.
got you.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'll be there on time.
hmm
I'm gonna come too.
Anything you want to tell the people before you get up out of here?
Our community just have to raise
J
our
Mark said,
standards.
"Doc go step." Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we just got to keep our standards. Stop lowering the standards. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Some of this stuff out here is unacceptable, and everybody just turn their head to it. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
mean, stand
Yeah.
for something or fall for anything.
Correct the
Amen.
front door.
You know.
Where they can find you at, cuz your social media sites for the people that's ready to start stepping. For
Man,
the people
I
for
haven't got a site, but if
for the
people
no,
want
I'm
to go,
talking about
I
as
go
far
up.
as your Facebook. You know what I'm saying? If I need a tent, I can just hit your Facebook, right? And
Yeah,
you
just hit
let me
my
know.
Facebook page. But
Yeah,
if somebody trying to step Thursdays, if they don't want to drive all the way to Chicago, it's a lady in Rhonda. She's in Indianapolis. Rhonda and Tony in Indianapolis, Indiana. Or let me know. I go to Donnie's class up in Chicago. It's a advanced class, but you definitely gonna have a good time. You
Okay.
definitely gonna have a good time.
I want to learn how to step out. I got to because it's really happening right now. I've seen it a lot on YouTube, everywhere.
And
yeah,
no matter what city you go in, they got different stepping. It ain't just Chicago now. You can go to Indianapolis, you can go to Texas,
right.
Alabama, and they have parties with they stepper sets. Maybe it might be 3 days.
Maybe
You
if
want
I
to do a
learn when I go
vacation?
home, I
They
can get
have
out on the
classes.
float.
Yep, they have classes where you can go there, workshops. all
Okay.
different types.
Yeah, this is a serious business.
Oh, that's money.
Yeah.
It's money in it, man. You know.
Shalonda, after the show, go on Cuz page, go to his reels. He got some real steppers on there.
Yeah.
Doing all type of. I don't even know how they feet moving like that.
I think that's the sexiest dance ever.
Uh-oh.
Stepping is cold. It's cold. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's definitely your personality, because you can see somebody doing something, you can try and mimic it, and you know you got to put your own personality into the dance.
Right.
You know, it's just expressing yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I appreciate you coming on the show, Cuz. Just let me.
All right. Hey, I appreciate y'all for having me on here, man.
Send me the flyer,
Hey,
man. Anytime you want to come
J-Mock,
back on, man,
he
you're more than
good.
welcome.
He
All right.
good. The
Okay.
man is good.
Okay. I got you, cuz.
Yeah. Love you, Cuz. You have a good night.
Love and blessings
All
to
right,
y'all. Thank
Darnell.
y'all. All right. Peace.
Appreciate
Have a
you
good one.
coming on. Yeah. We got to stop this, Shalonda, man. rolling. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all checking in, man. My cousin Darnell, man, Smith, man, coming through, letting us know about businesses, his time in the Army, him finding love, getting married, stepping. Now he's really stepping in the name of love. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's a beautiful thing. Doc, we got to go learn that.
Yeah, so he's going to be starting a stepping class soon. He needs the men to step up. You know, the women ready to learn. You know what I'm saying? He's also going to be having a day party next Saturday for the older people, 40 and over. Make sure y'all get in tune. I'll be putting that flyer out soon. Where they can find you at, Shalonda?
Shalonda Foreman, Shalonda Johnson on Facebook, Shay Too Much on YouTube. Go like and subscribe for me, y'all. Please. Thank you.
Follow me on my YouTube page, Mike Yonde 6, man, free subscription. Love you, subscribe. Also check me out on TikTok on Mike Yonde 6. Follow me, I follow you back. Also find me here and IG under Michael Sherfield, man. We're going to keep rolling, man. We got another good show coming for you Monday. We'll have Katashia Jackson's coming up. She's ready to open up her food truck.
Oh, shoot.
So I think it's called, oh, man. Teens or something, you feel me? But the girl can cook, you know what I'm saying? So Ricky Womack, be on the lookout for her. She's coming through, you know what I'm saying? Also, there will be no video shoot tomorrow. It got canceled, but Mr. Six is asking everybody to still come play free bingo Saturday night at Arrowhead. He'll also have a special guest, Rick Womack, the foodie, will be there. So make sure y'all check it out, man. Until then, man, it's Dotland. First lady, not my lady, but we in here. Check you out later. See you later, Shalonda.
Yo, nah.
All right.
Yeah, steady fucking the real money. Like, damn, what the fuck is you doing with me? I ain't even gotta show him a dime. I pop out fresh, I'm still influencing. Come on, the feds in the city is getting right.